Yeah. Focus. Fly. Keep growing. Come on.
What is going on, car guys and car gals? It's Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And it's Fred Lenartz, the subprime hero.
And we're over here. Bring her over here, Queen. Queen Michelle McLean is up in here. And we are excited to be brewing solutions with the actual host, or we'll say the sponsor of the red carpet and all of these shows while we've been here at WIA having some fun. The one, the only, Miss Mac.
Return of the Mac is in the house right now. We have her here. I'm excited
Let's
to have her here to talk about what she does and where she comes from and what gives her purpose. You know, we do this thing called the five-liner, and this five-liner is 5 questions. And this is going to be one of those speed ones. We only got 15 minutes, folks. We're going to make the most of this 15 minutes, but get ready to hear some amazing information. So the very first question, we kind of went over it a little bit.
We did.
It's your why. It's your purpose. It's your drive. What is that for you?
All right. Well, first off, thank you for having me here. This is fun. The energy is amazing. So, all right. I hope I can kind of hold up what you guys bring to the table.
I think you're going to bring
but,
you're
going to be just fine.
Pour it out.
My why is really quite simple. It's for the people who are closest to me. So it's my husband.
Yes.
It's my nieces and nephews. I've got a ton of them, and my mother.
Amen.
Love it.
That's incredible.
Family is a big driving force. I mean, it does for me every single time. I feel like I don't want to do something. I always tell myself, what would my family tell me if I said, hey, I'm just going to sit here and do nothing the rest of the day? They would say, hey, aren't you supposed to be working? Why aren't you trying a little harder? So it's good to have that type of focus in your life to drive you. And those are we had a great conversation about all the little whys that you can have too. You know, we love shoes. We both are shoe fanatics.
Oh, yeah.
Buy the damn shoes.
I guess we
always
all
buy
are.
the shoes, even if they can't go on your feet.
That's right. That's right. They look pretty in the box.
They look pretty. To work hard today. I use that, but ultimately, at the end of the day, it's about that family. It's about what really drives you, and that's love. And what family is, it's true love. It's people you know you can count on, people that they can count on you. Yeah. So it's good that you have that.
Unconditional love.
Unconditional love. And love that also keeps you grounded. Love that keeps you actually anchored. And having that connection to family is often what helps other people to thrive. And also could be the difference in whether or not you go to the next level in your life or not when you have true people that believe in you.
Yeah.
Now, this industry has brought many people into it in different waves, different streams have connected us all together. What is it that actually brought you to the automotive industry?
Well, I'm from Detroit. That should say all of it.
There it is.
There you go.
It's in the water.
She's a real car girl.
That's right. That's right. I've worked in the
OG.
automotive industry for 10 years in consecutive at ad agencies and internet companies and, across, 6 different OEMs.
Wow.
So it was a wild ride, and then had a crazy opportunity to move to New York and create a little bit of auto love in New York with Jaguar Land Rover. And, there we went.
So she's who I need to go to when I get the range this year.
That's right.
That's right.
There you go.
I should have said Jaguar because that's really how you say
Jaguar.
it. I said it the American way, not right.
I know it's like us when I'm half Korean.
Porsche,
We don't, it's not
Porsche.
It's
got all those
Hyundai.
people.
So like Hyundais are not Hyundais. It's actually Hyundai, and that's how you say it in Korea. But we in America say Hyundai or Hyundai, whatever. Everyone says it weird, but it's
Hyundai.
Yeah, or like he just said it. But anyway, no, you're right. Jaguar. But I love that. No, that's exciting, and to know that you went through different OEMs like that and to know you've seen it all. I mean, to be able to see the way that all these different companies do business, perceive business, and also how they want their vehicles to be perceived into the marketplace. That's huge to be able to see those perspectives and to be able to share those with all these different companies. And then you're here right now, and we're excited because True Car is a big deal here at this event. Like we said, they sponsored the red carpet, and we're very excited they're here. They end up sponsoring the show the whole time too, because through vicariously we solutionaries.
We made it work.
Right? So we're doing it here, and as solutionaries, we find ways to make things work. And that comes from a lot of people coming to us, pouring into us. And I know that through your career, if you've been through that many different places, not only have you been able to mentor, but you've been mentored. Who are some people in life that have mentored you to get to this next level?
Oh my gosh, I have so many, and I mean, it's everybody from one of my very first bosses in the business to, again, my mother, who has been such a driving force for me. Even to my husband, like he's in the automotive world, but very, very different.
Having supportive husband in this industry. I mean, I'm so blessed. My other half's here.
Oh.
I literally, I don't think I would be the person I am right now for today if it wasn't for that. And talk about that, because I think it's important. When women have a more substantial role in a male-dominated world, it can be really difficult because you're almost role reversing. Yeah. How has that been, and how important do you think that it's been in your success in your future? Having a supportive male role by your side through this.
Oh yeah, so it's both him and my father, and I would say my father passed about 8 years ago now, and my husband really like stepped in. I was able to further my career without him going, oh, well, I don't think you should move to New York. I don't think you should actually do the things that drive you. He said, go, do, be who you are.
Everything.
And, you know, he's like, orbit around. Like, I will be wherever you need me to be. He's like, I'm not holding you back. You do what you need to make sure that you're happy.
That's how you keep a relationship.
Lessen up spouses, period. Hands down, man or woman. That's how you treat your spouse. That's
or your partner.
Your partner that you're looking to. If you want them to, if you really love somebody, allow them to fly. If you're not allowing them to fly, eventually they're going to go find a way to fly without you. So you got to make sure you're there and you're supportive.
Stronger and better now than it ever could have been, especially if we even lived in the same household for a decade.
Wow.
So I often say we had the best of all of the worlds. We actually lived apart for, almost 6 days a week, and every weekend it was like a big date night. So it was awesome. We came together because we were super interested in the things that we were doing during the week. It wasn't monotonous. It was amazing.
Wow.
Still is.
So
Still
awesome.
is. Even with COVID bringing me back to Michigan, it was, it's been, like I said, better than I could have ever thought.
Wow.
A lot of people would think that would hurt a relationship, with the right mindset and the right love and the right trust. And trust is a big word in a lot of things.
Big.
By having all those things in place, you can do those things. And when you do it, you will flourish. Matter of fact, like you said, the absence makes the heart grow fonder. And by having that absence, she was able to fall in love even more. Matter of fact, every weekend it was like re-falling in love again, spending that time that you miss with each other. I love that you had that experience. Congratulations to you. What a good husband, man. Shout out to you. Seriously.
Mike Mack.
Mad shout out.
And shout out to our friend Sally Ann Chambers, all the way in UK.
Yeah.
How you doing?
What's up, Sally
Hey, Sally Ann.
On?
She's
How
awesome.
are you?
Yeah,
and thank you so much for tuning in. And she says that she loves that. So the answers that you're putting out there, she's loving it. So keep brewing.
Look at that.
what
Car
you're
Guy
brewing.
Coffee just went international.
That's
Love
right.
it, right?
We've been loving talking to everybody from across the globe. And these 5 questions, or this actual 5-liner, pulls out some of the best that there is to brew with everybody. And what we love the most is sharing the victories, sharing the whys, understanding the focus, getting where the mentors come from. But sometimes it's the harder lessons that help us to understand what to do when adversity comes in front of us, right? Adversity is going to make it to everybody's doorstep. Adversity is going to make it to everybody at some point or another. This is the point where we find growth, right? And this is where we find out just how strong it is that we actually are. So inside of your career, you've had probably lots of ups, lots of downs, lots of peaks, lots of valleys. What would you say would be the hardest lesson you've had to learn getting to where it is that you are today?
Wow. Okay. So there have been lots of ups and downs, things that I never thought I could actually conquer. I think one of the biggest things, though, is actually being humble and being real. And not letting your ego and letting the surrounding environment actually feed into that and making you bigger than who you are.
Powerful.
And, I've had a couple of lessons over the years, not going to lie. I've walked in with some pretty big egos. And, it's funny, my mom, even just bore I walked in here this week, she said she used to be a public speaker. Both of my parents were. And so I feel like I get energy from both of them. But the one thing that she said to me, she's like, you know what? Don't let your ego get in the way. Be human, be humble, and have humility when you're on the stage. She's like, you're one of a million other people who are out there doing the same thing. She's like, just be your best and do your thing.
Love that.
And I was like, wow. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, lady. That was awesome.
And that's the beautiful part. The key to everything, what you just said there, is it's not about comparing each other to each other. It's about comparing yourself to yesterday, to yourself yesterday. And the reason why that's important is that is the really only competition you have. Our job, I think, is to find ways to become better ourselves. It's not find ways to be as as close to being like Lou as possible, or trying to be like Michelle or Beth. I mean, I'm trying to be me, and I'm trying to be the best version of myself. And through your parents, you were able to get that humbleness, right?
Yeah.
Hey, explain that. And it's true. You know, there's a ton of us. There's a ton of podcasts. There's a ton of women in automotive, but at the end, well, there's not enough women in automotive, but there is a bunch of them out there. Trust me, I saw a room full of them this week, it was amazing to be here. But it's true though. You know, you have to go through that sometimes to be able to understand that, and then to be humbled down, and then put yourself where you're at and understand, I do bring value, but so does that person, so does that person, so does that person. That's okay. We all bring something different.
Yep.
So be as unique as possible, be yourself to the fullest. And at the end of the day, you do bring tons of value. You bring more than you could ever imagine. And I love that you brought that up. Shout out to her mama.
That's right. Nancy Renwick, be kind.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, well, so, you know, we go through those things. We go through, you know, we talked about your why. We've talked about, you know, what got you in this business, the people that have helped you along the way, you know, and of course we talked about the lessons that we learned. The very last question is, what's been the greatest reward that you've had throughout this business?
Wow. Being a really solid role model for my nieces and nephews. You know, they come from a little bit of a challenged background, and their mom passed away. My sister passed away about 15 years ago when they were all pretty young. And so, you know, I needed to like walk in and be an adult, but not take over.
Yes.
And, you know, I think that's been one of the greatest rewards. And then honestly, what I'm doing at TrueCar right now, we're going through serious transformation of our product, our people, our offering, how we do business and ways of working. And I'm in the midst of rebuilding an incredible team, and it's all starting to happen. So I feel like some of my reward is the fact that this team is like just doing it. It's happening. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening.
That's that faith and all the work you put behind that faith that you do. And that's something that you should feel very proud of and something excited to see. You're seeing progress, continually doing that training, continually making sure that that culture is right. You're going to see massive progress as time goes by. And I'm so excited to see that happen. TrueCar's going places, folks. Big things are happening. Big things are popping. As they say it right. And I'm excited to see that stuff pop off. You know, I would say, you know, if you could say one thing about this event that's so important for women to hear, other women, even men, for you to hear about coming to this event in particular, what would that one thing be?
It's been far more inspirational than I imagined it to be.
Amen.
And everyone has like brought themselves to the table. It's seriously inspiring. I had no idea. This was my first Women in Automotive, like in-person event. And yeah, I can't wait for next year. I can't wait for next year to be part of it in a bigger way. And yeah, be back here maybe.
Oh, absolutely. Matter of fact, we're looking forward to having you back here again, you know, and I think that you bring a lot of value. I know we had a short interview today, folks, but there's so much more time in questions that we can ask her and be able to get there. And what I would like to do is pass it to Michelle, because Michelle's been over there. I know she's patiently waiting to ask her something. Do you have a question for her before we get out of here?
I'm super honestly excited to be here. And, you know, I think that you honestly just bring such an amazing presence. TrueCar has been a sponsor of this event now for the last several years. So we're super excited anytime that we're able to bring you on. So I just wanted to honestly thank her. Thank you guys for continuing to support this vision. Thank you for being here. We're so proud to have TrueCar as our sponsor. Of course, they sponsored our red carpet, which for the record, I demanded.
We did.
And we made it happen. We made it happen.
I loved it.
I had to have the red carpet this year. Wanted to do something different, but no, it's been such an honor being with these two guys and having you guys here as a sponsor. Before we wrap up and do our Forgive, Focus, Fly and head back on in there, if you could give any advice to women in the business, maybe somebody's out there today, they're looking to get into this industry, what would you tell them?
Okay, so this is an epiphany of my own over the last I'd say the last year, and I'm working really hard on it every day, is to not be everything for everyone.
Thank you. I learned that the hard way.
Sit on your hands once in a while. It will really go a long way.
Learn how to say no. As my dear friend Brian Benstock says, no is a complete sentence.
I have been saying that. I love that. I have been literally saying that for the last couple of months.
No
I'm like,
no
period is a complete sentence.
Oh,
Brian Benstock taught me that.
That's powerful. That's so true. Brian. Wow. I love that. That is another mic drop moment, my friends. I love that. I'm so excited. Beth, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Your energy, your style, your flow, it's contagious. And I know that it's going to bring a lot of people some joy. Please do these shows more. Please come to these events. I'm talking every event that's out there, you need to be there.
Absolutely.
You bring something different, and you bring some elegance, and you bring a lot of fun. That smile.
You're not helping with my humility here.
No, I'm trying to pump her up a little bit more. I'm going to lift her up on this pedestal like this, right? because you deserve it. You've been through a lot of things. You just told me the short version of your story. Even then, that's super impressive. So thank you so much for being
My
here.
pleasure. Thank you. Appreciate the time.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And we want to make sure that everybody that is watching this and does know
You
about
have to
the
understand.
Cardiac Coffee podcast and knows about the incredible Queen of Clubhouse herself, knows that she is 100%
CGC approved.
That's right. We are so thankful to have the incredible Beth Mack right here on the Car Guy Coffee podcast, live and direct at WIA in Orlando. We are about to wrap up the show, but you don't have to stop learning. There has been so much poured out during this entire event. There have been geniuses on this microphone pouring out truth, pouring out hope, and pouring out encouragement. So make sure that you go get you some of that, have some fun, and share it all around. We have 3 things left to do, and that's make sure that these F-bombs get dropped up in here.
We're going to
So
draw some
let's
F-bombs, so watch
get
out.
on our way by wiping off the weight of unforgiveness, focusing on where it is that we're going and what we can do, and stretch out in faith and fly so we can keep growing. So help us out real quick
All
as
right.
we do it together. Let's get that music on there. Woo! Here we go. Car guys and car gals. On 3, 1, 2, 3, forgive. Focus. Fly. And keep growing. Keep growing. Yeah. Here we go.
There it is. There it was, folks. That is the WIA Orlando 2021. Man, make sure you guys make it to this one next year. It's going to be live and pumped up. I'm excited to have you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much, Michelle. Blue, way to go. What a great week this was. And it's all on the replay. So go to Facebook, go to LinkedIn, go to YouTube.
And make
We are
sure you
there.
stop by and get one of these.
Yeah.
Come and celebrate my birthday.
This Queen's
Be a part of my royal court
That's
tonight.
right.
Come and sing with us.
Hey, that's
There you
right.
go.
Hey.
We'll see you at the party tonight, folks. We'll see you around. I'm Fred, the Subprime Hero in Arts.
And I'm Lou Ramirez, the car guy. And we are here with the Queen, Miss Michelle McClain, and the one, the only, from True Car, Miss Beth Mack. That's right. We will see you soon, everybody. Have a great one. Bye.